So a piece of this is there's this community of delusional people who've been robbing people, telling people they're human programmers when they're not. And what they do is they'll use psychological tactics, I guess, to put you in fear of your life. So you feel obligated to defend yourself. Like right now, they keep trying to sell this vibe that something shady is going on and someone's slandering me. And they will slander you to people to course crime and murder on you. So you feel obligated to voice yourself or show your whereabouts, etc., etc. Because if you don't, then they'll slander you and then try to commit crimes on you with satellite weapons or other neurophysiological weapons, etc., etc. So when you're trying to defend yourself and make sure to make your presence known or make sure your whereabouts are known, etc., at the same time, they'll be when you're really just trying to defend your life because you know they're peddling slander to morons and idiots armed with weapons. Um, they'll at the same time try to sell some lie to people that you're quote programmed and they programmed you while trying to push their fraudulent research that they're committing financial crimes with at the same time while trying to manipulate programmed bets. So let's say they gave me this vibe, whether with telepathy or saying someone's slandering you or saying you're at place X or place Y. And let's say I ignored them, they'd start committing crimes on me or try to enroll me into an illegal experiment or do something shady to where I'd feel in fear of my life to have to make my presence known. Um, so then what their hustle is they'll do it often so that you'll go to YouTube, for example, and be like, yo, no, I'm right here. I'm just chilling, not doing anything. These people are just peddling slander so that you can make it clear to whoever these idiots are they peddle slander to, don't try to murder you or harm you illegally. So that's part of their thing is they try to put you in fear of your life so you defend yourself. And then they actually so they're basically trying to abuse you they're trying to abuse you, and through their abuse they abuse you covertly, and then your response to defend yourself, they try to claim they programmed you, but you're really just in fear of your life, trying not to be murdered, trying not to be slandered, etc., etc., as anyone would, which isn't really programming. And if someone's slandering you and saying you're running around with a gun, you're gonna be like, no, I'm chilling, I'm here on YouTube. And typically people would be smart enough to figure this out, but their investigators are criminals. So they'll actually be like, he's running around with a gun. He's running around with a gun and try to frame you. So because these investigators are also more than criminal and negligent or they're involved with these terrorists, they'll actually put you in fear of your life as well and try to bother you, even though they know that these kids are just peddling slander or manufactured evidence to try to sell their financial crime programming lies as well as sell their illegal betting manipulation programming bets. So that's a piece of this. So they'll put you in fear of your life to where you have to be like, no, I'm not running around with a gun. I'm in my room just chilling, dipping. And when you do that, they'll keep trying to create that vibe to get that same response. And then they'll say, oh, we programmed him. Or, oh, and then they'll try to manipulate the programming bit and try to make this programming jazz look real when it's really not. You're just trying not to be murdered by these idiots and then these other idiot investigators lying for these terrorists. So the investigators will lie for the terrorists and then lie to some person so they can course a crime on you. And then you feel obligated to say, no, I'm right here, even though it's been proven 1,000 times or more that these kids are always lying. So that's their hustle is they play stupid, the investigators do, so that they can then like make up some lie about you to some other idiot armed with weapons who will commit crimes on you. And then you're like, well, shit, I need to make sure my whereabouts are known because these people have psychiatric illness. So they're really trying to abuse you into compliance and really just putting you in fear of your life. And then it's just really a fear response and then just you providing evidence you're here. But then they sell this lie to idiots and say, oh, we programmed them. But you're really just providing evidence. And then they'll just try to do this all the time. So they can sell their programming bet lies as well as sell their um, try to push their financial crime, illegal human programming experiment agendas. So don't fall for bullshit. I'm never programmed. They just use the same stimuli. And if I ignore it, then they'll course crimes on me if they don't get the response they want. And they'll actually use these satellite weapons, neurophysiological weapons, neuromodulation, all sorts of jazz, so that you feel obligated to defend yourself. So you're like, no, I'm not running around with a gun. I'm just chilling in my room, having a dip. So that's part of their hustle. And then if you do it often, then they'll be like, oh, we programmed them, but they really did it. So that's their tactic. Don't fall for bullshit. That's how they're robbing people with illegal human programming experiments. Granted, those are illegal too. That's how they're pulling financial crimes, and that's how they're manipulating bets and robbing other people too. but it revolves around a lot of covert abuse, neurophysiological torture, satellite weapons and gamma radiation, a lot of attempts at murder, threats of harm, etc., etc. So don't be a moron and fall for this shit. And their investigators are lying bastards too, and Lifeworm and are part of that scam. It's 8/18, July 28th. So yeah, that's a key piece of this. So don't fall for it. Never trust anyone who tells you I'm looped or on repeat. They're full of shit. They're just doing the same stimuli and putting me in fear of my life. And I have to provide, when someone's threatening my life and I know there's fucking more than criminal, negligent investigators, I feel obligated to provide evidence and prove low. I'm just chilling, not running around with a gun anywhere, just chilling at my house, dipping. So the investigators who lie for him, who even see me in my room just chilling, those are key terrorists involved with their betting manipulation scam as well as their financial crime scam. Key point. Praise Jesus.